That was the moment 21-year-old Tanner Cook, a YouTube prankster, came face to face with death. In 2022, Cook had become a YouTube sensation with the channel Classified Goons, where he and his crew filmed confrontational pranks. With only a slap on the wrist each time, he kept going, until the day he messed with a man who had nothing left to lose.
What?
Hey, quit thinking about my twinkle.
What's that mean?
Hey, quit thinking about my twinkle.
No.
Hey, quit thinking about my twinkle.
Get out of my face and call cops on. Stop.
Hey, quit thinking about my twinkle.
Stop.
Collie drew a handgun and fired one shot into Cook's abdomen after repeatedly warning him to stop. Cook collapsed, while his cameraman scrambled back in fear and shock. Collie remained at the scene. Within minutes, heavily armed officers swarmed the area, initially fearing they had a mass shooter on their hands.
Massive shooter incident. 21-year-old male is looking in.
Get on your face! Hey!
Secure the firearm! I got you, Jordan.
Police took Collie into custody. Cook was rushed to the hospital where surgeons removed his gallbladder.
Critical condition, life-threatening but stable.
That's why you don't go scootering with people.
Cook lived. Coley was charged with aggravated malicious wounding, use of a firearm in a felony, and discharging a firearm in an occupied building. Cook, however, seemed to have learned nothing. He resumed his pranks soon after leaving the hospital.
People like drama-driven content. People don't have the best reaction. I got shot. It looked like I was being a little aggressive, but that wasn't, my intention. I don't regret any of the pranks on my channel. If you don't like it, you don't gotta watch it. It's as simple as that.
And regardless of the outcome, the jury's the jury, and we totally respect how our law plays out, and this was the outcome today, and we respect that. Let's go.
Just real quick.
Tanner Cook continued making prank videos on his YouTube channel, which grew to over 65,000 subscribers at its peak. And while he hasn't posted there for about 10 months, it's unknown whether he has finally called it quits on the kind of content that nearly cost him his life.
Did you pass me the pole of the camera?
This was the famous last swim of 28-year-old Jacob Cockle, who went underwater to film the dangerous whirlpool at Carnsou Pool. Even locals knew to stay away from this violent whirlpools, but Cockle saw it as a chance to capture a rare, powerful image. For more than 30 minutes, everything looked fine. Cockle circled the whirlpool, collecting footage, even donning a horsehead mask at one point. It was a reckless stunt, but light work for a strong swimmer like him.
Yeah, it's good, it's all good.
Good.
Yeah, it's a very powerful one tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, earlier on it was scary. It's really scary.
It still is.
It's fine now because it's so deep you can kind of control it. When I first got in, I was a bit scared, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it's really safe out now.
I reckon you got enough there. You got enough?
I should really make the most of it. I don't know what else to do.
He'd already captured enough footage. His friend yelled that it was enough, but whether it was courage or an addiction to extreme stunts, Cockle dived one more time, under the whirlpool, camera up. It would be his last.
Did you pass me the pole of the camera? Yeah, one last bit underwater footage. On the day.
It's unclear exactly how it happened, only that Jacob didn't surface. After too long underwater, his friend panicked and ran for help. When they returned, Jacob was floating face down, his camera gear drifting nearby. Rescuers pulled him out and airlifted him to the hospital, but it was too late. He was pronounced dead that evening. The coroner ruled it a tragic drowning. Experts argue that in chasing one more shot, Cockle was pulled across the sheer into Carnsou Pool's core, where the down current held him long enough to drown. In the days that followed, friends in Cornwall's surf community mourned a gifted photographer who lived on the edge for the perfect frame, but for Jacob Cockle, the whirlpool he meant to capture became his final image.
The point of this video is I really just want to see if a .50 caliber bullet can go through a book. I'm pretty much ready to go to heaven right now. If I die, I'll be ready for Jesus.
In 2017, family YouTuber Pedro Ruiz III and his pregnant girlfriend Mona Lisa Perez, 7 months along, started a YouTube channel in Hallstatt, Minnesota, featuring family vlogs with their 3-year-old daughter. While Mona Lisa was happy with the style of content they made, it didn't cut it for Ruiz, who craved more excitement and danger. On June 26, 2017, tired of safe challenges, Ruiz proposed an extremely risky stunt. He asked his girlfriend to shoot him with a .50 caliber Desert Eagle, one of the most powerful handguns out there, while he stood behind a large hardcover encyclopedia to see if the book would stop the bullet.
The point of this video is I really just want to see if a .50 caliber bullet can go through a book. I'm going to stand behind it, and Mona Lisa is going to shoot it, hoping she hits the book. Hoping she hits the book and not me. But the most trustworthy person that I trust in this world is my girlfriend, Mona Lisa. So if I'm gonna die, I'm pretty much ready to go to heaven right now. If I die, I'll be ready for Jesus. He probably won't accept me into the pearly gates because how stupid this is, but I have confidence that my girlfriend will hit the book and not me. Let's do it.
It was the most reckless idea yet in their 3-month YouTube journey, but they tested it first by shooting only the book, with no one behind it, and surprisingly, the bullet didn't penetrate. When it came time to replicate the stunt with Ruiz behind the book, Mona Lisa hesitated repeatedly. Ruiz persisted and convinced her. Unlike the initial test, which was fired from farther away, reducing bullet velocity, the real attempt was from about 1 foot away to avoid missing. She didn't miss. The book didn't stop the round. It passed through and killed him instantly as 2 cameras recorded. Police arrested Mona Lisa at the scene and charged her with second-degree manslaughter. In December 2017, she pleaded guilty. In March 2018, she was sentenced to 180 days in jail, 10 years probation, a lifetime firearm ban, and a prohibition on profiting from the footage. Ruiz did achieve virality, but at the highest possible cost.
Harley, if you see this mob loves you so much. I'm tired of holding on. I want you home.
This is the mother of 14-year-old YouTuber Harley Dilley pleading for her missing son to come home if he ever sees the footage. What she didn't know at that moment was that her son had died in a way too painful to imagine. The story begins on December 20th, 2019 in Port Clinton, Ohio. 14-year-old Harley walked to school, but this wasn't a typical morning. It was the last day before Christmas break. A hectic day Harley wanted no part of. For a boy like Harley, who lived with autism and sensory processing challenges, changes to routine could be overwhelming, and a final day in school before Christmas offers exactly that. He begged his mom to let him stay home, but she refused and sent him to school. He never arrived, and he never came back home. What followed was a 3-week mystery that gripped and horrified the town. Street surveillance video captured Harley walking towards school that morning, but he did not show up at school. The school, which should have notified his family when he was absent, did not. It took another 41 hours of Harley not coming home, spanning a full night, before his parents contacted the police. An unusually long delay given Harley's special needs. His parents' excuse was that Harley had spent the previous Friday night at a friend's house, so they thought he had done the same once more. Search efforts began immediately. Drones, K9 units, and volunteers combed fields and the lakeshore. For weeks, there was no trace. Rumors spread, abduction, a runaway, even suspicion toward his parents. Over the delay in reporting, online speculation grew, fueled in part by an old resurfaced YouTube clip showing Harley after a dispute with his mother in 2018 about his broken laptop, which she refused to pay to repair, an incident that ended with him locked out in the cold.
Hey guys, what's up? It is Harley Dilley. Probably one of my worst days in my life. So basically, I was at school and I was science test. I finished it and my computer says 1% battery left. So when I get to the next class and I put it on charger as quick as possible, but it didn't charge. None of the computers would take a charge. So I took it back and I had to fill out a complaint, and that's one of the most expensive parts of the computer. And my mom said she's not paying anything. That's when I got home. So then my mom wanted me to go with her to go get a friend, and I said I don't want to. I have work to do, so I want to go home and stay. So she said no. We argued for about a good 5 minutes. And then she snapped. She said she was gonna call police, and she said she already did. And she said, who do you think that first call was to? And she said it was the police, but I knew it wasn't. So she lied to me to get me scared. And she locked me out of the house. So right now I'm outside. Yep, the house is locked. It is 3:30. I haven't ate anything, and I still haven't even got to get my work done. My mom's gone. She won't answer the phone. So right now I'm alone outside.
It was a routine mother-son discipline issue. She was correcting him for talking back, but people took it the wrong way, labeling it evidence of frequent abuse. Some even claimed she intentionally kicked him out that day. The accusations went viral and devastated Harley's mother, who had to endure them while still hoping her son would be found safe.
Stop basting my family! Harley, please come home! Please come home! Let him go! Please! I want him home. I'm tired of crying. I'm tired of being strong when I can't be. You guys are such monsters. I can't believe that you would be like this to a family that's not got their son. He is my son. I love him. And I want him home. Let him go if you have him. Let our family move on. Please. Harley, if you see this, Mom loves you so much. I'm tired of holding on. I want you home.
On January 13th, 2020, the breakthrough finally came when investigators narrowed their search. Just across the street from Harley's home stood a vacant house. Officers forced entry. In a bedroom near the chimney, they found Harley's coat and glasses. At first, they hoped for a rescue. Then came the worst discovery. Using a camera down the chimney flue, likely where his clothes had been dropped, they saw him. He was trapped upright in a shaft barely 9 by 13 inches, wedged partway down with his arms pinned. He had most likely suffocated within hours of entering. Police concluded Harley had climbed a metal TV antenna close to the building, reached the roof, and tried to enter the vacant house through the chimney, perhaps seeking shelter, hiding, or simply curious. Inside, the flue narrowed. He dropped his coat and glasses to make space, slid down, and became stuck. Unable to move or breathe, he died there, alone, within shouting distance of his home. Rumors surged again, claims that his parents had locked him out or forced him to seek shelter in the chimney, but police relied on facts, not rumors. The coroner's autopsy was clear. Harley suffered compressive asphyxia, accidental, no trauma, no signs of struggle, and the vacant house showed no forced entry beyond the officers. The community mourned. Harley's death became a cautionary tale, not of murder, but of a boy trying to enter a house the wrong way. The pain of his loss and the lingering suspicion of his parents, whom some locals still view as responsible, still haunts Port Clinton to this day.
I don't care how much time I have. I can die today. Death is coming. It's only fearful if it comes and you're not ready yet.
This was 37-year-old George Plitt Jr., fitness star, motivational speaker, model, trainer, TV personality, medal-winning wrestler, former U.S. Army Ranger, the ultimate all-rounder. He rose to fame on the reality series Workout and had a near-perfect career until January 2015, when tragedy struck during a shoot on train tracks in California for an energy drink commercial. On January 17, 2015, Plitt was filming an energy drink commercial near the Metrolink tracks in Burbank with 2 crew members. Witnesses who saw him said he ran ahead of a southbound train wanting to outrun the train. The train engineer, spotting Plitt doing something extremely risky, sounded the horn and began braking, but despite slowing, the train still approached at high speed. Plitt, who was human, not superhuman at the end of the day, couldn't get clear in time. Plitt was struck and died instantly at the age of 37. Police ruled out Plitt offing himself. Train video showed him running between the rails as the locomotive closed in. While the crew denied he was trying to outrun the train, detectives suggested he may have misjudged which track the train was on. To make matters worse, the crew had no filming permit, no charges were filed, and his death was ruled a tragic accident. In the end, the pursuit of the perfect shot cost him everything.
С днем рождения!
This was the last video 57-year-old Norwegian YouTuber Rathje Ekhoff would post to his channel. Rathje, popularly known by his channel name, Petter, uploaded it on his 57th birthday with the title, "I am not dead, I am 57 today," a chilling line in hindsight, as he died just 5 days later. Rathje, an industrial worker at the Jotun paint factory in Norway, had been making silent, deadpan winter videos, ice skating, ice swimming, ice baths, sometimes swigging vodka for comedic effect, since 2006. He amassed 1.2 million subscribers and more than 457 million views. After a 2018 colorectal cancer diagnosis and surgery, he had to live with a colostomy bag for the rest of his life. From then on, he devoted himself full-time to the channel and poured everything into it. His new health reality was a major change, enough to depress anyone, but Rathje focused on his wife, Tove, their child, and YouTube, which helped take his mind off things. That worked for a long time, until November 26, 2021, 4 days after his birthday, when tragedy struck while he was filming an icy dip video at Jakobs Dam, west of Kongsberg, Norway. Rathje had cut a hole in the ice and started recording when he slipped, fell in, and became trapped, unable to pull himself out as the ice kept breaking beneath him. A passerby heard his cries and called authorities. Divers arrived and pulled him from the water, and he was flown to a hospital in Oslo. The next day, at just 57, he was gone. Police confirmed there was no foul play, just a tragic accident. His subscribers grew from 1.2 million to 1.4 million as fans mourned, knowing that birthday video would be the last time they'd see a Peter, a cult favorite across Norway and beyond. If there's any solace for his family and fans, it's that Rathje died doing something he loved, making YouTube videos.
I've got some interesting stories from this place. My friend hit his head and his memory disappeared for about 10 minutes. Hey, here comes the train. Oh, I don't think he's gonna stop. I'm effed. Nope.
This was the final video posted by the internet's most famous train hopper, James William Stobbe, known worldwide as Stobe the Hobo, before his very tragic demise. Stobbe was a popular YouTuber and fan favorite, and his videos captured the dangerous, romantic allure of America's rails, taking viewers through daring rides, risky challenges, and scenes most would never attempt themselves. His audiences lived the adventure through him, and by 2017, he had amassed over 11,000 subscribers on YouTube. Stobbe's art was built on trespass, no permits, no safety crews. Every video was a gamble, but it all soon fell apart. On November 6, 2017, he uploaded what no one knew would be his final film. 2 days later, in Baltimore, while shooting near active Amtrak lines, tragedy struck. Accounts differ. Some say a backpack strap snagged on a passing train. Others say he fell from a bridge while filming. But the outcome was the same. Stobbe was dragged to his death by the train he loved. Baltimore police ruled ruled it a train accident, no foul play, no charges. At just 33, Stobe was no more. Fans learned days later as word spread through railfan circles and the news. His once niche channel surged, from 11,000 subscribers in life to over 60,000 soon after. His legend grew, even as the man himself was gone.
If he does stop, I am gonna make it. Please stop. Stop, you asshole. Jesus. I gotta be really careful.
James Stobbe left behind grieving parents and siblings, no wife, no children, and a brutal reminder of how unforgiving the rails can be. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and watch this one.